I'll let you have a seat on the table there for a minute if you would. All right, what kind of problems are you having that your doctor ordered this exam?
Huh?
Abdomen pain?
Yeah, pain in my abdomen.
I'm telling her I wasn't leading her. Whereabouts is your abdomen pain?
Kind of like down over here.
Up low or down low or up high?
A little lower.
Lower, okay. How long has that been going on for?
About a week.
All right. Do you notice it all the time or worse at any specific times or
After big meals.
Okay. All right. Do you have any constipation or diarrhea?
Maybe a little constipation.
Okay. Have you had any surgery to your abdomen ever?
No.
Still have your appendix, everything like that? All right. About a week, lower left side, worse when you eat a big meal. Anything make it better?
No.
Okay. All right, we'll let you go ahead and lie back on your back for me. You said no chance of pregnancy, correct?
No pregnancy.
So I would want to make sure that she's lying on the table relatively in the center of the table and straight, meaning, I'm going to move you. I'm going to be careful too how fast you move the table because it's kind of an awkward feeling when you're laying down and we just wing the table. It really throws them off. When you're checking if they're straight, you can either stand at the feet and look up, or you could stand at the head and look down. But what you're looking for is basically that her torso is in line with her shoulders and her feet, meaning she's not cattywampus on the table. Okay? I'm gonna bring this over the top of her and align it to my Bucky, because just like you guys were doing with the chest, the two have to be aligned, correct? All right, I tell it's aligned because that light is in the center of this or in the center of this. Either way is acceptable. So that's aligned. And I have this at 40-inch SID, 14 by 17. But notice, does this look like 14 by 17 on her? No, because it's she's in the way, right? But what I have to remember is as long as I've set properly on here, at a 40-inch SID, then that light field is going to cover this entire area, even though it looks smaller on top of her. Does that make sense? All right. So then I'm going to put my hands on her and I'm going to move. This is just me. I always use middle fingers and I always put it on their xiphoid. Like, I almost can tell exactly where it is. It's just touching for me to confirm. But if you're new to this and you don't really know, you're kind of feeling for in the middle where it's hard. You can also take your fingers, like her ribs are right here. I could walk my fingers up her ribs and where the two meet, like one's there, where it meets is her xiphoid, all right? So I want this line to run down the middle of my finger so that I'm in the center. And this line is going to be at the top of her iliac crest. So I usually take my fingers and I push on both sides and I kind of push in until it gets hard, which is right here is the top of her crest. And then I'm going to move just the table to that level. So it's at the level of the iliac crest and midline. But what I need to check is that I've got pubic symphysis on there, all right? So, do you have to use the restroom? Okay, so I'm gonna push on her. The way I do it, I usually put my hand flat and then I roll it up like kind of like a karate chop, but I'm not smacking her like that. I'm legit just rolling it up and kind of pushing. And it's right there, correct? Okay, so right there, and then what I am gonna do is move her pocket stuff a little bit. All right, hang that. And then I'm gonna wiggle her foot, and her greater trochanter legit is right here. So greater trochanter is there, pubic symphysis. They're pretty much in the same spot. Now, if you're looking, you're going, oh my God, Menzel, you're gonna clip that. But remember, look at where the IR is. So I'm not clipping anything. By the light field, it's deceiving. So remember, you still have this much IR, so I feel like I'm perfectly fine in getting everything like that. The last thing I'm gonna do is place my marker. So left marker in the left lower portion of the light field, okay? So I'm gonna put it just like that, and I'm gonna tell her I can't shield her because she's a female, right? And her ovaries are probably up in here in the way. So I'm gonna have you, what I'm gonna have you do when I tell you, you're gonna take in a breath, you're gonna blow it all out and hold it out, and then I'm gonna make the exposure and then I'll let you breathe, okay? All right, just like that. Go ahead, take in a deep breath, blow it all out, hold it out, beep, good, breathe and relax. First thing I do, I come back and I grab my marker because I don't want to lose it, okay? Then I would take this IR out and then I'll move this. Well, I wouldn't take it out really because it's probably